This piece is about my own expectations. Sometimes I think that I expect too much, demand too much, of everyone, myself included. Oh, I'm a snob. I know that, a snob in every sense of the word. If I'm going to drink green tea, it will be the greenest tea you've ever tasted, picked by virgins between the ages of 16 and 21 at sunrise when the dew is still fresh on the leaves and the leaves will be slightly rolled by their pickers to preserve that dewy taste. If I'm going to see a show, every step taken must be purposeful and violent. Not a single other choice could have been made. Every word must be perfectly enunciated, syllable by syllable. If the lead has a British accent, I'd best be able to tell that he graduated from Cambridge but came from Cornwall. I will not be manipulated. I expect every drop of sweat earned and every tear genuine. If I read, I expect to love the protagonist. I expect that people will die in a war, and am disappointed with faceless casualties. I expect that men will talk like men, and women talk like women, and that their discussions will leave half the equation more frustrated with the lack of communication. I expect to be surprised by the revelation of the murder, and delighted with the stubborn resistance of the love interest. I expect a perfect ending. If I coach a student, I expect that she will ask only relevant questions and never ask a question twice. I expect that he will trust me implicitly and readily do whatever I ask of him. I expect that I will, of course, never get frustrated or need a break. I expect that all my choices will be the right ones, simple but complex with several visual interpretations but only one motive. I expect my students to work as hard as I do, to sleep and breathe and live apiece with their whole strength. If I write, I expect that every word will be the right one, that every sentence flows. I expect that the few minutes I've set aside will be more than enough. I expect to be captured in my own story. I expect that my characters will not resemble me. I expect to make the wrong choice. I expect to make the wrong choice. I expect to make the wrong choice. I expect that I will not repeat myself. I expect that every story that I tell is meaningful, relevant, and crafted in a way that makes it completely relatable, because who reads stories that they can't relate to? Right? I expect that every poem leaps off the page and onto my lips because that's where it is destined to stay. I expect that I will hate what I've written, and that years later I'll glance back and say, look at what that dumb kid did. It wasn't half bad, was it? I expect to surprise myself and those around me because I will never be predictable. And sometimes I think I expect too much.